case against businessman Vusimuzi Cat Matlala and 4 others has been postponed to the 11th of next month in order to allow the NPA to add more charges. The 5 accused made a very brief appearance before the Alexandra Magistrate's Court in Johannesburg today. They're accused of orchestrating the failed assassination of Matlala's former partner in Tebogo Thobejane in October of 2023. The accused also face charges of attempted murder and money laundering. SABC News reporter Neria Hlakotsa has been watching developments, and she joins us now live in studio because, Neria, it was a very short sitting.
It was indeed, Ayanda, a very short sitting. Essentially, what happened today was the state confirming that their process of centralization is well underway. You must remember, during the last appearance of the 5, the state did indicate that they want to add more charges. So they had to write to the Director of Public Prosecution to get that permission, and which they have done. So the Director of Public Prosecution has now since forwarded those dockets to the National Director of Public Prosecutions, and they are hoping that at least they would get an answer by the 11th of November. So these 2 cases that they want to add now, Ayanda, is one case from Lilton and another case from Pretoria. And the state was saying that there is some form of involvement. Well, Matlala is involved somehow in those 2 cases, and they feel that they want to make them part of this one case. And I think another big thing that came out, Ayanda, out of court today was from the NPA basically confirming that Matlala will now be appealing the Alexandra Magistrate's court decision to deny him bail. If you remember, last month, Matlala applied for bail, arguing that the state has no case against him, arguing that he had no reason to attempt to kill Thobejane. But however, the Alexandra Magistrate's court felt that he's a flight risk and he is a danger to society. And now Matlala is heading to the High Court. The NPA has said that they received his motion to appeal the decision, but NPA also maintaining that they will oppose this appeal.
And it's worth, I suppose, reminding our viewer why the NPA ultimately pushed back against his bail bid. I mean, it emerged during that application that he had another passport, and according to official records, he's technically not in the country.
Definitely. When we heard during his bail application, the state was clear that they are even shocked why he's in the dock, because ultimately he's not even supposed to be here. He is a person that went to Eswatini by foot, and he's never come back. But Matlala hit back to the state saying, since when do we trust the Home Affairs? We cannot trust the documents of the Home Affairs. I will never break the law of the country. I respect the country. And also, remember, the state showed us that there is that identity card, Eswatini identity card. They found it on his phone. He was basically communicating with his wife to say, please send me that identity card from Eswatini. We don't know now what he wanted to do with it, and the state is still saying they are not in possession of it. But it was those details when Judge Saida Prinsloo heard that she felt that indeed Matlala could be a flight risk. But also we need to add that the state said during that bail application that Matlala has a private jet. He has interest, offshore interest, and interest accounts in Mauritius. So if you let him go, anything can happen. And especially because now in that Eswatini identity card, he's known as Vusimuzi Dlamini. So the state basically saying, this is not an ordinary criminal that you are dealing with here. Any mistake, he will evade trial.
As you're speaking, we're showing our viewers pictures of Thobejane, who, of course, is the person who is at the center of this case in one way or the other. The court also heard that she fears for her life, and at some stage, she left the country.
Yes, according to the state, Thobejane is not in the country right now. She had to leave the country because she's fearing for her life. But Matlala was saying that is interesting that you mentioned that, because it's the same Thobejane that called me just after the shooting. She called me to say, can you give me some form of protection? Remember, Matlala owns a protection company, and apparently, according to Matlala, Tebogo called him, but the state then said, no, you are lying. Tebogo was not calling you to ask for protection. She was calling to call you out, to basically shout at you for what you've done, and she was accusing you.
Let me interrupt you there. Apologies, Neria. Thanks very much indeed.